Singapore has a diverse culture, advanced technology, and unique cuisine. However, have you ever wondered about its past? Let's dive deep down into the history of Singapore. The earliest record of people living in Singapore dates back to the 2nd century CE. It was mostly inhabited by Asians, Chinese, and Indians. People there lived like most civilizations. They hunted, fished, had a law, and a royalty system starting from 1299 CE. And there was also evidence of agriculture. However, due to poor soil, it probably wasn't what most ancient Singaporeans ate. Singapore also has nearly no metals from its homeland, and nearly all metals in Singapore are imported from other countries. According to Thomas Leinbach, Singapore didn't have an official name until one day a Srivijaya prince named Sang Nila Utama, the one who established the royalty system, spotted what seemed like a lion on an island. Lions were never native to Singapore, so it might have been a tiger that used to be native to Singapore. Thinking this meant a good omen, the prince decided to name the land Singapura, which means Lion City in Sanskrit, the language used in Singapore before colonial colonization. Singapore was a center of trade, and it was thriving. However, it didn't have a proper military system and relied on the community to defend the country. In the 14th century CE, Singapore fell to the Majapahit Empire. During its rule, Singapore's economy increased drastically. Malay rule ended after the British and Dutch empires divided Singapore in half. They each ruled one half. Soon, however, the British recognized Singapore's value as a trade center. According to the NLB, a Singapore government agency, in 1824, the Anglo-Dutch Treaty allowed the British to gain control of Singapore and Malay, while the Dutch regained control of Sumatra and the Indonesian archipelago. Singapore's economy grew faster than ever before, and the Great Depression affected it a little, but it managed to recover within a decade. It was also able to stay out of World War II for 5 years, but in 1942, Japan invaded Singapore. General Arthur Ernest Percival surrendered to the Japanese within just a week of fighting. The Japanese sorted and arrested thousands of Singaporeans, including As Elizabeth Choi, who helped prisoners of war by giving them food and medical care, and was arrested while she was looking for her husband. She was released after 193 days of torture. Sometimes what we need most is the things we must give. People who risked their lives kept this in mind to keep helping people who were total strangers. After more than 3 years of Japanese rule, the Japanese finally surrendered to the British and their allies. By then, Singapore was in ruins. Great Britain finally gave up rule over Singapore in 1959. Singapore decided to join Malaysia in 1963. After 2 years, it became independent again. According to the Department of Statistics Singapore, since the 1960s, Singapore's GDP per capita skyrocketed from $320 to over $65,000 in 2025. Not only that, nearly everybody is employed now, and nearly all jobs involve technology, and a population of a hopping 1.7 million people. In conclusion, Singapore is a unique country with a fascinating history. It has evolved from a small fishing village into a successful global city. The resilience of its people, especially during tough times, is inspiring. With its diverse cultures and strategic location, Singapore is now a major financial center, and its rich past will continue to guide its bright future. Reference: Department of Statistics, Singapore, 2025. www.singstat.gov.sg. Ministry of Trade and Industry. Leinbach, Thomas R. End. www.example.com. National Library Board. And www.no.gov.sg. National Library Board. Choi, Elizabeth. And www.example.com.